Hey guys, for seeing here, YouTube Long Creator. Today I want to talk about camcorders. As for a lot of you who follow me on my YouTube channel know, I like to make videos with camcorders, and I have quite a few over here I'm going to share with you guys in a little bit. But before we get started with that, Video Maker came out with the best camcorders for 2026. I'm going to go to that site, and because I got a lot of things I want to share with you guys when it comes to camcorders, and I want to also talk to you about a camcorder where you could have interchangeable lenses, which I never really knew about until I found out a while back, and I wanted to do a video about it, and I never did. So if you guys could stick around and check it out, especially if you're into Sony camcorders. I like Sony. That's my go-to product. I also like making videos with my iPhones as well. But we're going to get to that in a little bit. I'm going to show you the stuff I have here, and I'm going to show you that particular Sony Handycam video camera where you could actually put interchangeable lenses on. I'm going to show you the whole kit and caboodle where you can get them and stuff like that. Well, hopefully you can still get them, because it is a kind of like an older camera. I don't know when it came out, but we're going to go through that in a little bit. Let me take you to the site. I'm going to just do a mouse scroll on it. I'm going to drop the link to it, so you guys don't have to worry. You could check it out at your own leisure, okay? Because I don't know how long this video is going to take, to be truthfully honest with you. But if you love Sony Handycams like I do, you might want to stick around and check it out. So without further ado, I'm going to put my glass on. I'm just going to go to the page there. I'm going to do a mouse scroll on it, and I'm going to drop the link, and you guys can check it out at your own leisure. So let me just minimize the screen. Here it is. Best camcorders for any video shooter 2026. All right, and this is from Video Maker, and like I said again, I will drop the link to this. So I'm just gonna do a mouse scroll here this way. If you guys, it's up to you. You could even just pause the video if you don't want to go watch the whole video through. You just want to watch this, that's fine. But it's gonna have hyperlinks in there, so you might want to go directly to the site. And I also want to share with you guys why this is actually moving over here a little too quick. I do not have any affiliate links, so when I recommend these to you guys, I'm not getting any kickback for it. Okay, if you follow me on my YouTube channel, I pretty much give free information out there. Maybe then one day I will talk about doing merch and stuff like that, but right now that's not the case. Some of the stuff that you see over here is some Panasonic. Panasonic's a good brand. I had a Panasonic camcorder many years ago. I still love them. They're still good, but my main one is Sony. Now these cameras here, this Canon here, you see the other Panasonic, this Canon, look at the prices of it. They're at B&H Photo, $4,709, and I think you see a couple other ones over there that are coming up. I like to buy cameras that are affordable, somewhat affordable, and I'm going to show you one I did buy that was under $1,000 in just a little bit after I do this here, and then we're going to go bouncing around. I want to show you some stuff here, but yeah, I like my Sony camcorders, and out of 5 of these here, I should say out of 5 of them, right, only one is purchased brand new, and I'm going to get to that one a little bit. I'm just going to scroll down here really quick and show you what we got here, and then we're going to jump to the other stuff there. And again, these cameras, believe it or not, the ones I'm about to show you, they run for good money. I was like, the only way I'm going to buy this one here, the only way I'm going to buy this particular camera is if I go through a thrift store and get it, because it's kind of pricey. You can get them off of eBay a little cheaper, well, from what you have, but let's check this out. Let's go check out my stuff first, okay? Let me go over here, and then we're going to come back to this page here, and I'm going to show you some other stuff with this here, okay? We're going to show you that camera and stuff. So let me just go over here really quick. All right, so, basically, we can make videos with anything. Like I said, here I have 3 iPhones. I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I make videos with, and I got to tell you a story about this here. It's refurbished. As a matter of fact, the iPhones I have over here are refurbished. But I just want to tell you, I don't know if you guys watched the video I did the other day. It was the helicopter takeoff and landing at Eisenhower Park. Now, it happened to be a humid day that day, okay? Now, this is refurbished. I bought it at my local store. Matter of fact, 2 of them came from Micro Center, which I have people who follow me on this YouTube channel, that's my go-to electronics store. This started getting warm, and the whole thing started, I think, at 9:30 in the morning, and it didn't end until like 2 o'clock. That's when the military helicopters were taking off. In the beginning, I had it fully charged, and it started getting warm, and it started dimming out. It's like, oh, this could have had a bad time. So I was able to get some footage on it, and what happened was I ended up going back to my car. I sat in the car, tried to figure it out, what was causing it. I ended up coming back home, and I did some Google search on it as to what caused it, and they said it could overheat and stuff like that. And when it does that there, that's what happens. It starts to get dim to save the battery, and I guess to not let the components get too hot or whatever. So that day, I should have had my camcorders, because like if you watch this guy Marcus Picks, he'll tell you that camcorders could run for hours without overheating, as the phone. Like this here is a big phone. It's got the case on. It's got a plastic case on like this here to protect it. It's got the glass over here and the plastic, and I got the little protective glass protector here for the lenses. But it was so frustrating. I ended up going home, letting it cool off in the air conditioning, and I read up on it, and that's what they were saying. So later on, I went back there around 1:30, 2 o'clock to watch them take off. If you watch that video, the footage, I'm surprised it held out. I'm surprised it actually held out. But in the morning, it was very hot then, and it was really humid, and this thing wasn't working. But you can make videos with anything. That's the 12 Pro Max. I have the iPhone 8, which you can still make great videos with, and I also have the iPhone 5S, which I still make videos with. So these phones I do take. The only thing is, like I said, with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, that's the first time I experienced that there. I never really experienced it any other time. But with anything else, it comes with the territory, I guess. Let me go over here to Cam 5 over here. And I want to show you the cameras. My camera's a little off right now. It's going a little wacky here. I want to show you the cameras I got over here, okay? Let's move this over here really quick. All right. These are my... let me put them over here closer without damaging them. Whoa, and this little guy over here. These are my Sony Handycams. Out of the 5 of these here, one was store-bought, and that's this guy right here. And this one here is the Sony DCR TRV340. This one I bought back in the day. I love this camera. Heavy too. It's pretty heavy. It really is. I think close to 2 pounds. Maybe even a little more. It's got weight to it. I took the little protective cover off here because when I do videos, it kept getting in the way, so I took it out and screwed it, took the plastic out there. This guy here, when I bought it, it was under $1,000. This one I bought brand new. Okay. These here are all store-bought. Okay, these are all store-bought ones here, and I'll tell you one by one what they are. This again, like I said again, this one here is the Sony DCR TRV340. This guy here, this is an old one, vintage one. Okay, probably over here is good vintage, but I think this one, whenever you see this color, it's like a beige color type of thing. I think this was made. I think another one over here. This one, same color. I think this was made, I think, in 1998 or something like that. I believe we'll get to that in a little bit. This one here, in case you're wondering what this one is, this is a Sony DCR TRV10. This one here, okay? I got these pretty cheap outside of this guy here. This one, these two, I ended up paying a lot of money for. Well, not a lot, but enough for them, okay? I didn't get these, I can tell you this here. I didn't get it for like what I paid for this here, okay? And these are all thrift store bought. This here, these are all thrift store. Even this little guy here is a thrift store bought one. But they're great videos. It's got a nice size LCD screen here, bigger than the one I got here. Whoops, this thing popped off here. It's got a nice size screen on it, considering it's a candy camcorder, right? But it's a lot bigger than this one here. But this one here, I got at the thrift store along with the other ones, and that's what this one is right here, in case you're wondering. Okay, so let's put this back over here. This one here is another favorite one. This was a recent one I bought. I did a video on it. This is the Sony DCR DVD 810. What I like about this one here, you got two other ways to record. You could record on the little mini disc, the memory stick in here, and also the internal memory in here. Okay, so that's nice. It gives you a couple options to record. But you got to go into the settings though. So if you're doing a video shoot, don't just think you could stop it and go make the changes in it, but you got to do it ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? So I usually like, if I'm going to take this on a video shoot, I'm going to shoot it on the disc here, the DVD. So, and again, just to recap, this is the Sony DCR DVD 810. Okay, let's put that back over here. And this one here is the Sony DCR SL47. This guy right here. All right, nice one here. Nice. It's got the lens protector like that there. Like that, you could protect it like that. Even this would have been good to take with me. Okay, this little guy here. It's like brand new, came with the case, charging cord, everything. I got a good deal at the thrift store. And as far as for Sony digital handycams, this little guy. This is my favorite one, and these are all made. Well, some of them made in Japan, I think. I think these two are made in, I don't know if they're like in China or whatever, but a lot of them are though. But this one here is my favorite guy right here. This little one here, got a little screen, but this is one of my favorite. This here, when you pop it out, you got the viewfinder there. I did a video on this here. The viewfinder, I had to send this to get repaired, but they were telling me it's going to cost too much money to get repaired. So, you know, I use the screen anyway. I don't really use this anyway, but I wanted it to work, but I got a price on it. It was like $200 just to replace this little element in there. I said it worked. I said what I paid for this thing was a joke. I didn't want to invest that kind of money, but it works great. It takes great videos, even does some great still shots. But it works off the a little mini cassette that you would pop in there. You open this up here and it pops up. It's the little guys. And this one here is one of my favorites right here, called Zeiss Lens. You know, it's a cute little camera. It's got some weight to it too, made well. It's like a little brick, you know. It's a really good little camera. And again, this is the Sony DCR PC1. And last but not least, you can make videos even with this little guy. This is a Sony CyberShot. It is 12 megapixels, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 12.1 megapixel. If you can see that there. You see there, there you go. This little guy does, and it's all done on a memory stick. Just to let you know, you pop it open like that, and you got the memory stick that pops out here. It's not one of these things here. This one here, just to let you guys know, it is, I think 8 gigabyte. Can you see that there? Let me get over to the thing. I think it's 8 gigabytes, right? There you go. Yeah. This one here, if you're going to use it to make videos, get yourself a bigger memory stick. Okay. This here takes great videos too. Pop it on like that there, and get your little Sony CyberShot, and it gives you all the set. Get ready to do it. What I like about this, it's just a point and shoot. But if you want to switch it from photos to video, it's done over here. Okay, it's done like that there. You can just switch it over from photos to video. All right. This here, so there are plenty of ways to do videos. But what I really want to share with you guys, and I'm going to introduce you to that camera. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. It's kind of, let me put this over here. It's kind of pricey, to be honest. Well, you could get them used. Well, let me make myself bigger over here. Let me go back to this. It's a nice camera, but it's the price is too much for me to buy it. Like I said, if you get in a thrift store, you might get it for a good price, but to buy it at stores, it's a little too much. Let me just minute myself here, and we're going to go over here now. Again, don't worry, I'm going to leave this up for you guys for this here. We're going to get back to that later. Well, you can check that out later on. Now, this is the camera I was talking about. It's the Sony NEX VG900, full frame interchangeable lenses. I never knew the cameras you see here, these are not interchangeable lenses, as you know. And when I see this, like a camcorder with interchangeable lenses, like, I like camcorders. And I was going to buy one, but the prices are crazy. Like this one here, I think it looks like it's brand new. The box looks sealed. $2,169. Yeah, brand new. There's no way I'm going to buy that. It's way too much money. I do keep my eyes when I go to the thrift stores. But if I tell you, if I do come across this here, let's see one without the box. Out of the box. This is another one over here. This is a different one, VG900. I'm talking the VG900 here, and they also got the 10. This is the one I put on here. Yeah, the NEX VG900. Okay, these here are pricey. I mean, if it's in your budget, you could buy it. Of course, $12.99 for this one here. But what I want to share with you guys is this here. When it comes to these type of cameras, Amazon, you see over here, like this particular camera's got this, the way it's set up over here. I was looking at Amazon. They have this here, like this here. Now, this is the same type of camera, the NEX VG900. Look at the price, $2,600, right? Now, if you're going to shop on eBay to buy one of these here, take notice, it comes with this little thing over here. And that there, what you're looking at, if you scroll around, because sometimes when the people are putting these listings on eBay, they might not have that. Or maybe, I'm not saying to forget about it, but maybe that little particular thing. And what that is, that includes an LA EA3 lens adapter for full frame A-mount lens compatibility. Okay. So when you're looking at those other cameras, the ones I showed you, well, we're going to get to that in a little bit, and the other ones on eBay, they don't have this here. So again, if you're going to use full frame, you're going to probably most likely need that adapter. Okay, and you could probably buy it separate, I don't know. But all I know is with this camera here, for the price, you're going to get this as well, as far as what I could see here. Okay. The reason why I'm showing this is like a really nice condition. It's been renewed, as you can see here, right? It says Sony. And again, I don't have any affiliate links with Amazon, so if you buy this here, I ain't getting a penny for it. But this, as you can see here, that's what it's all about. The camera looks really nice. I mean, looking at the pictures of it, it's nice to also see in person, but it looks pretty clean, though, I have to honestly say, for the price. This is what you're going to be getting with it, okay? So it's been renewed. Most likely it's been tested to the hilt. You know, I'm sure Amazon doesn't want to put stuff up there and, you know, get complaints later on. I don't know. I mean, at this stage of the game, this is a little too much for me to buy, but I wouldn't mind having a camcorder with interchangeable lenses. But this is something to think about right here. If you're going to do full frame mounts, you know, you're gonna need this here, okay? And that's what it is. It's an LAEA3 lens adapter for full frame A mount lenses compatibility. Okay. Now, how I found out about this here with the other ones, let's go back to this over here. The reason why I'm showing this to you is because this is what you're going to need if you want to, if you do decide to buy a camera. If you buy a camera like this, then you have to worry, it comes with it. But if you're going to go to eBay and look at the ones they have over here, like this one here for $7.99, it doesn't look like it's got, it doesn't, from what I see here, it doesn't come with that there. So you're just going to have the E-mount. And they'll tell you, Sony here, and make sure if you do decide to buy this here that you know what you're getting, okay? Because you don't want it, now this just says full frame E-mount camcorder. But do you have to have that lens adapter for it? See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you know, you got to make sure, you got to read really carefully when it comes to making these purchases, because you might sit to say, well, it says full frame E-mount. Well, it probably is for the most part, but that lens adapter, you know, I'm going to get to that in a little bit. I'm going to show you that stuff, but they all range in different prices, folks. If you look over here, some of them, like this one here, I was looking at this one here. I mean, even if I mean, realistically, if I was to buy this here, it's not like super, super expensive. You know, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind, again, going to a thrift store paying like maybe $60, $70 for it. But again, you could just be paying, you know, and the thrift stores, let me tell you something about the thrift stores. They're not stupid. They know what they got. They look these things up too. So if you get a camera, just a camera body alone, it's probably going to be a nice dollar, because they're going to say, well, look what they're selling for on eBay and stuff like that, right? So again, it depends what you're looking for. You always got to make sure when it comes to that there that, you know what you're getting. But at the thrift store, if I was to come across one of these cameras and I just got the body, then I could add as I go along. Let's say they were selling a body in a thrift store for $100. Like they say, well, it's a little cheaper or whatever, buy it. And when you're ready, you could always buy the attachment. Like I said, if you're going to go with the lenses and stuff like that. The lenses is probably going to cost you a lot of money in some cases. It depends. We're going to see how that, I'm going to show you how we can work that out as well. Again, I don't have one of these. The reason why I'm sharing it with you guys, because I didn't know they had them, to be honest with you. I found this out through the grapevine, so to speak, you know. But here's another one that's nice too. That's the this is the NEX VG10. The other ones that I showed you was that NEX VG 900, whatever it was there. Was that what that was? Yeah, 900. Yeah. Okay. So they got different models. Okay. So you got to, you know, you make sure you look at what you know what you're looking at too, because the more the more higher the number, I guess you're going to pay for it. I guess I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying, looking at it. This one here is $2,700. But again, it depends what you're looking for. So let's just scroll down a little more here, and you get an idea of what you're getting. This one here, pre-owned, $225. Shipping's not bad on it. If you click it on here and you see what you're getting for it, if you are into these type of camcorders like I am, you'll see what I'm talking about. This guy didn't even put a video in here. Let's click on the video. I don't have to worry about, because there's no sound in here. This is the video. You can get it to work here. Oh, there you go. Just doing like a little walk around there, just doing a little spiral there, whatever. I think this is the one I've asked, if I'm not mistaken, I think I did inquire about this one here and asked if the lens comes with, because, yeah, see this one here, in some of the pictures, it has the lens. So this is the one I did message the buyer to say, does the lens come with it? Because the lenses could be pricey, but if they're including the lens with this here, it's not that bad. You know, and the camera, like I said, you know, you look at it and stuff, everything looks a little deceiving when you see it, you know, on the camera, you know, on a website over here. You don't know how clean it is. I mean, sometimes you do a close-up, it can be pretty dusty and stuff. You know, the funny thing is, though, what I noticed when I picked up even these cameras at the thrift store, I've seen some of them, or even like on eBay, not this one here. These turned out to be pretty decent. Some of them like scratched, damaged. They might have a big dent in them or something like that. They're ones that have the metal frames or whatever. And I asked myself, how can people get damages? But this one here, This one I bought is perfect. I mean, if you didn't bought this thing, you wouldn't see any scratches or things or dents on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because it's brand new, but I don't know how the other stand, you know, how the other ones just get damaged like that. I guess accidents happen, right? But anyway, this is one I think I did inquire about. I know people saying you sound like you're not ready to buy it, but it sounds like you are inquiring about it. Well, if it's not for parts and for that price, it's not too bad. And the person's asking for a best offer. Okay, watch, somebody probably beat me to it. That's okay. If you guys get it, you know, whoever gets it gets it. But this one here is the Sony NEX VG10 with the interchangeable lenses. It looks like that's what you're going to get. And from what I see here, from what he was showing with this video clip, you're not going to get that LAE, whatever that lens adapter with this here. So again, that's probably why certain things become, you know, can become more costly when it comes to these videos, cameras, I should say. So that's that one thing there. Let's go back over here again. Actually, let me just, all right, so we'd have to keep showing you too much here. You guys could do your own research on this here. This is another one here, another page I did, and you can, that's the one I just showed you, 873. You got to see what you're getting with it, you know. Again, these, some of them you can get pretty decent prices, like this one here. This is not bad, $300, and you're getting this with it. You know, you're getting the nice lens with it, $299, $20 for delivery. Here's just one over here. Now here's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to be careful. Like the person's saying excellent condition, but for parts only. Okay. I don't know when these things were crafted. I don't know when they came out. I didn't do the research on that, folks. So maybe if I don't forget, I'll try to put down there when they, you know, when it came out. All right. So that's that there. And then, like I said, again, they got other ones as well. We're not going to keep too much in there. This is the one I think I was just showing you. Is another one. Oh, that's the one for $339. Yeah, this looks like a nice one too. All right. Doesn't have that lens adapter. Now, again, and the only reason why I'm saying that, sometimes people put these things and you don't know. He's like, oh, I bought that camera. I didn't know it comes with a LAEA3 lens adapter for full frame, a mount. I didn't know that, you know. That's why I'm sharing this with you guys, okay? Because sometimes you might want to explore a little more into the camera prior to just buying like that there, you know, one particular thing. So now here's the thing. Let's bank out and go out of here. All right. I typed in over here. People know who follow me on YouTube. You know I love Google. Well, Google owns YouTube, right? It says what lenses can be used with the Sony Handycam NEX VG10 HD camcorder, and it tells you over here use the Sony E-mount system, which we already know. I know. I just like to explore a little more, so I'm sorry, folks. You might think I may be, you know, repeating myself or going over the same things repetitively, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and we all know what's going on here. It says you can natively use any Sony E-mount lens, Sony/Minolta A-mount lenses via an adapter. Now it's telling you an adapter, so you know right there and then, okay, now you're going to get an adapter for it. I don't know what the adapter goes for. I didn't look it up, but as you can see here, I'm not going to leave the link to this here, but I am going to leave the link to something else over here to guide the mount. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll just do a mouse scroll over here. You can read it if you choose to do so. They got third-party vintage lenses, you know, Sony E-mount. And then when you keep going down here, this is what I want to show you right here. Okay, right over here is what I want to show you guys. Right, you're going to stop it. We're going to come over here. NEX VG10 lens compatibility. You're going to click that on. Now, rather than, if I don't forget, I will put the hyperlink for this as well. Okay, so you could have the link to it. It just takes a little time for it to load up. Bingo. Okay, you can see this is for that camera compatibility information. Now, I really went over here to the email. I just wanted to see what they got here. These lenses, I'm sure, are going to be a nice dollar, okay? No, without a doubt, because they're Sony. But here's how this works. When you come over here and see select model, you're going to see this little page come up here. It's going to say body, lens, E-mount, A-mount, and then mount adapter. Now, when you first look at it, it looks like it's all for DSLR cameras, whatever, right? Well, that's why I call them DSLR. You got to do is you got to come over here where the little slide bar is and slide down over here. Keep sliding down. And they make so many cameras. I have to say I do love the Sony product though. That is my go-to product. Okay, so here we go right over here. All right, and we're going to use this one because we talked about it. So you click this on, right? It's going to bring you to another page over here. And here is where they're going to have the different lenses, right? Now, you might say, we just seen these lenses. I understand. We're going to go over here now. We're going to narrow it down. Here You got full frame. You got the APS-S, I don't know what format is. Then you got G lens, G master. If you want Zeiss lens, fixed focal lens, zoom lenses. You got the converter, macro lenses, and power zoom lens. So I just typed in the Zeiss lens, right? I did that there, and then it paged over here to this one here. Now, again, you might say, yeah, but do they have the prices? Now, here's the thing. These here are fixed focal lenses, right? So if you want to find the price of it, this is where the money can come in. This is where it's going to probably be more costly. So what I would do is to kind of show you, like, I guess what it looks like. I would just go over here like this here, copy it, go over here. You could go to eBay if you want. If you want to price it like that with eBay, go to eBay again. Let's go here, get this. Put it in here. You might want to put Sony just so they know. I don't know. It might just make it easy to find or to find it. Just put it in there and just paste the other part of it in here like that. Hopefully it'll come up with some information. Do the search. Is it going to search? Okay. Computer's running slow. I got a lot of windows open on top, folks. And let's see what we get here. Okay. Not that bad. And always just clarify too that when you put whatever you put in the eBay search bar up here, make sure it's for that, because sometimes you might get a different one. Okay, it's not that bad considering. I mean, if you get the camera for like $300 and whatever, if it needs the mount. This is saying Sony E mount, so you might not need it. Located in Japan, all right? Well, that's another thing too. When it comes to buying these things, you got to see if it's coming to Japan. You got to see it, or it's gonna, I like to buy stuff in the United States. Like I would spend the money on this one here. Because it's the United States, because it might be a little cheaper, I guess. I don't know. But this one here, and they also offering best offer. Okay, and if you click it on, so let's say I bought a camera like that. I say I need a lens to go with it. I don't know if I want that other lens, the adapter. It depends on what you want to invest and how much it's going to cost. Okay, so this here is not bad. It comes with a little bag. It looks like it's got the box, the E-mount over here. $282. Best offer. If you say to the guy, how about maybe $250? I don't like to, chew the guy down so much where he's not making something off it. Then I would consider it, and the shipping, he's got over here for shipping, that's protection, $9.94 for UPS ground again, all right? And then, of course, if you look, you're going to probably find other things here, like this one here for Sony E-mount, $459. Look at this one here. Sony, 1,000, that's brand new though. And then you got other ones over here, see? So again, you shop around like anything else. But if I was to buy that camera and I wanted a specific lens like this here, this is not too bad. It's doable, But again, you got to shop around as far as with the camera. Now, if we go back over here, so this is what I guess they're trying to show you what it looks like. All right, click that out. And then over here, they were saying the converters, right? Let's see. I think that's what. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, they're grayed out. Maybe you can't do that there. Maybe you got to go back, whatever. If you're going to get the converter, again, if you don't know how to get to that part there, let's see. Do I click out? Did I click out the? I guess I clicked out the, what do you call it there for the thing there. LA. I think it was, what was it? LA EA3. Let's go over here. Let's type this in really quick. I think it was. Let's go back here. Okay, go over here. This is if you want it. I think it was. Let's see. LA EA3. I think. Was it EA3? I think it was the EA3. Yeah, lens adapter. I think it was this one here. Oh no, this one was this one here. That's the 4. Well, it's almost the same thing. So this gives you an idea. All right, this gives you an idea what it's all about. I think the one we typed in was the LA3. Let's just go back over here real quick. Okay, let's search it again. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so it's basically almost the same thing. So this is what you would have to get in addition if you want to use the full frame mount. I think that's what, of course, that's what they said on that thing, right? So this will give you an idea. This is how things start to get a little pricey, but you do things. That's the one right there, right? LEA3. That's the one we're looking for. So $146, and you got yourself a camera. We can use different. You can use E-mount frames, lenses, and A-mount lenses, whatever. But again, that's where things can start compounding when it comes to prices. But I tell you, folks, the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because I like to explore a little more into this here. I just don't like to just put a video out like that. And for those who follow me on my YouTube channel, well, maybe you might be new to it for the first time. I love camcorders. I mean, I have 5 of them. And if I do come across this here, which probably is going to be unlikely, and it'll probably be a day I won't be there when they put it out, because other people that know about Sony cameras, they buy them right up. So most likely, if I am ever going to get this camera, it's going to probably be off of eBay, and I'll have to do the same thing. If someone's to say to me, well, are you going to be buying a lot of different lenses? It all depends what I'm going to be, doing for that day, And you want to make sure that, if you're going to invest in these things, you're going to use that particular item. Like, for example, am I going to use the A mount for this camera here? Am I going to buy those lenses? I don't know how much they could be. Probably the same price range, $200-$300. Depends. They're all most likely going to be pre-owned, right? In some cases, it all depends. You buy what you buy a necessity. You buy what you're really going to use it for. That's how I look at it. So at least it gives me a ballpark figure. Most likely, I probably won't come across this in one of these cameras, but I was just taken back, to see a camera that, you could have interchangeable lenses. I never knew a camcorder had it. I just found out of it through searching, and I was like, what? The camcorders that do have interchangeable lenses? None of these have interchangeable lenses. The only thing I could do with this thing here is get the adapter where you could screw on a fisheye lens, because they got the little threads in here. They had it when you buy these cameras. I bought it brand new. They would tell you additional, of course. You could get a fisheye lens, telephoto lens, but they screw on here. So you might say, well, it's almost the same thing. Well, that's interchangeable. That's like, actually, when I look at that there, I'm thinking like a DSLR camera where you're actually putting lenses into it. That's pretty cool. And they got quite a bit of people say, you might be limited to it. If we go back to that area, if we go back over here, they got a pretty nice little setup over here. You can get some other lenses besides that. So these are the E-mount lenses right here, which is good. They break it down that way because you'll be second guessing. But if you scroll down here, let's do a mouse scroll. You can see over here zoom lenses. That's fixed focal. Yeah, over here, let's go back. This one here is fixed. Well, we'll go back over here again. These are fixed local focal length lenses, right? And now over here, they got zoom lenses, right? And then when you scroll down a little more, they have the A-mount lenses. Okay, see that there? Same thing, fixed focal length lenses. All right, so they got the A-mount and you got the E-mount. But look at this. Isn't this pretty cool? I would love to have a camera like that where you could put a lens on there. It's pretty cool, But I'm not saying I'm definitely gonna get it. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna get it. I might if I can get a good price on it. The prices are pretty cheap as it is on eBay and stuff like that. But right now I'm not ready for it because I got the 5 of them over here. I would like to add this to my collection, and this one here would probably be like the last one I'd buy, because the only reason why I like it is, like I said, because you could add interchangeable lenses with that. But anyway, I will drop the link to this here, folks. I hope you remember. Just played a video back on how to change everything around. When you click it on, you're gonna come over here, and if you don't want to buy lenses, if you're not interested in this type of camcorder. They have a bunch of different cameras here, the DSLR cameras. I'm quite sure they're all DSLRs, different makes and models and stuff like that. And you can get them for that, for those cameras as well, the lenses. And over here they got the A-mount, okay, for DSLR. Again, if you have a particular camera like this one here, A900, you would click this on here. It'll take you over here to this page here when it pops up. And again, you could, price it. Well, even when you click it on, I don't think you're going to get a price in here. So you might have to do it like I showed you. You might have to come over here, copy it down, and then do it that way and get an idea. Okay, that's how we do it. But just remember, when you come to this page here, I'm just going to back it out of it. You're going to see this here. If you look at that particular model, the NEX VG10, when you see this compatibility information, you pretty much have an idea how to work it like that. Okay, all right. Just remember, when you click the model on, you're going to get this page. Here's the lenses, E-mount, mount adapter. If you click this on here, it'll tell you, oh, here it is right here. The mount adapter, if you're going to get it. It'd be the same thing. Just like I said, if we went over here, we copy, just to recap, we copy this here, go over here, go back to eBay, type in Sony, and then it'll give you the adapter for these particular lenses. Okay? All right. That's all I want to share with you. I can't think of anything else right now, folks. I hope this video was helpful in some way. You got a little takeaway from it, get a little idea about, you know, if you are interested in this here and how to maneuver around to get different information. That's why, like I said, I didn't know about the little lens adapter until I looked at the Amazon page there. So that's how I found out about it, because I don't know they even came with it. Eventually, if you went on eBay, you'll probably find it like that as well, you know. But you live and learn, right? So that's why I do these videos, so to share information with you guys. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in these type of cameras, do you like camcorders too? Are you into camcorders? If you are, let me know, okay? Anyway, this is Rich Pacini signing off. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Oh, and before I leave, I just want to say this. I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. And if you like this video or any of my other videos, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. And if you want to be updated when I post any videos, please hit that bell notification icon. Talk to you then. Take care, and bye-bye for now.